Quasi here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how you can manifest more money into your business, into your life, and really understanding desire versus intention. This isn't going to be a quick gimmick on how you can sleep, meditate, and attract a lot of money into your life or win the lottery, but actually how to sustainably manifest and generate more money into your life. Understand how you can overcome those ruts that you have and plateaus that you have in your business, or if you're a trader, and understand how you can overcome those and move forward past those and actually identify the problems that are not visible to you right now. If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur right now, this video is going to be very, very crucial for you, because 99% of entrepreneurs don't really understand how to do this and how to think about this. They just look for the next dry tactic and technique and shiny object to use to help them get a quick fix. So I want you to stick around to the very end of this video, because I'm going to share with you the rut diagnosis exercise that I use personally that helped me move from doing the 5 to 8K a month in my business to doing my first 20K month. Before I begin this video, I want to quickly announce a couple of spots have opened up for the free one-to-one consult with me and my team for the Reality Mastery program. Make sure you wait around till the end of the video for the announcement on how to enroll and sign up for your free consult to see if we're a good fit to work together. And with that, let's get started. So in this video, I want to talk to you about desire and intention, and in particular, how to manifest more money and undo these ruts that's keeping you stuck at a certain revenue level. Okay? Now, what I want you to understand is that every time you want to move forward towards something, there's always a goal and a process that moves you towards that goal, right? The process is the input and the goal is the output that you get. Now, most people think one thing is more important than the other. They think that the goal is more important and the results are more important than the process that helps you get to it, or that the process is more important than the results that get you to it. I remember I made a video on process orientation versus results orientation, and people just went nuts and they were like, oh, yes, you should be process oriented. But then what happens is you just lose that balance, right? And you forget about the goal itself and you just move all over the place. And that's what happened to me, because I thought it was just a black and white answer, but it isn't. So understanding this leads me to understanding my situation. And even right now, sometimes I just get too process oriented or too goal oriented. So to give you an example, when I get too goal oriented and I focus excessively on the goal, then I just get frustrated and too attached to the outcome. If 1 month I don't hit my revenue goal or my income target, I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't hit my goal, oh man. I just get bummed out and frustrated, which leads me to this negative feedback loop. When you think negatively, you feel negatively, then you manifest negative outcomes. That's just how it is. And on the other hand, on the flip side of it, when I focus too much on the process, what happens is I just lose sight of the goal. I'll just keep busy for the sake of keeping busy. Even when I don't have work to do, I'll just make up stuff to avoid not being busy. Instead of being productive, I optimize for busyness and just keeping myself busy with work, which doesn't work, right? So I would find that sometimes I get more done in less period of time than when I spend a long period of time doing more in a 6-hour workday than doing less in a 12-hour workday. And why this happens is because your efficiency isn't good. So we're going to find the sweet spot between that and understand how desire and intention plays into it. Okay? So what I want you to know is that anytime you have a goal and you focus on the goal, you're invoking desire, right? The focus on the goal is just building up a desire. But you need this desire in order to move forward towards the process and the intention to come about. So if I were to exemplify this, I would show it like this. We have 2 different bar graphs. One is desire, and the other one, it's colored in red, is intention. Now what happens is when you build up desire, then you're full of potential, right? Here you're full of potential, but none of it's getting transmuted into intention. That means you're not really moving forward, okay? When you can successfully move your desire into intention, that's when forward movement happens. So intention is what causes this forward movement, but there is no intention without desire. And intention without desire is futile. Desire without intention is futile. Okay? Please remember that. You need a healthy balance of both in order to cause forward movement. So to give you an example, a lot of people don't have this desire of moving forward in their lives, and they've become very, very dead inside. Okay, what you also need to understand is you don't need to create a desire. You just need to remove the obstacles that are blocking your desire. Every single person has a desire. You know, it's just that you have all of these restrictions on your desire, and you say to yourself, oh, you want that? Well, you can't have it. Your mind is like, oh, you can't have this, you can't have that. It wasn't meant for you. To give you an example, when I was like in a professional career, when I was doing a job, I was just like, oh, you know, making money is for the 1%. I'm not part of the 1%. I can't do it. Why should I be able to do it? My self-image was blocking me. My identity was blocking me. I didn't feel I was good enough, so that's what happened, right? That's what suppressed all of this desire. But the moment you start to see that it is possible, now intention comes about. Now you can actually move forward towards that. Every single person has a say in what their destiny turns out to be. It's just we don't use this right. We just suppress ourselves and box ourselves up based on society's definitions and all of these pendulums. I made a video about this. Click up here to check this out and understand how to outdo and undo these pendulums and move your own path and find your life's purpose. Okay? But understand that you need both a desire and intention, a healthy balance of it. Okay? So let's define goal and process and what we mean by it. When you focus on your desire, when you focus on the goal, what happens is the goal will give rise to the processes that will take you to that goal. Okay? So what do I mean by that? There are two types of visualizations that we focus on in the Reality Mastery Program. Make sure you click up here to check this out. This will literally show you a system of visualizing that you can just use to systematically follow towards your goals. But essentially, we begin off with the goal visualization, right? So you can't look at the process at first, because if you do, then you get lost in the source. But if you look at the goals, when you first begin, you have to focus on a goal. That's just how it is. When you focus on the goal, then the processes, aka the pathways that lead up to the top of the mountain, now they start to show up for you. Because now you're focusing your reticular activating system, your RAS in the subconscious mind, to focus on that goal. So it filters out anything else that isn't aligned with the goal. Okay? So when you focus on the goal, this gives rise to the processes that will take you to that goal. When you goal visualize and you look at what you want in your life 10 years, 5 years from now, then it gives rise to the processes. Automatically in the shower one day, the process will come to you and then you will say, oh, maybe I got to do this. Maybe I got to do that. Then you keep pondering over that and over that and over that. And even a week later, 2 weeks later, when that idea still persists, a month, 3 months later, when that idea still persists, that's when you know you got to take action on that. Because thoughts can just come and go. You can just have immediate thoughts of, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that. That's going to happen. But it's the thoughts that remain and keep bothering you every single day. Those are the ones you've got to take action on, right? So the goal, when you keep focusing on it, and let's say you set yourself a goal, and the goal is more so something that you align with intellectually and emotionally. This is what your heart wants, and you want to experience what this money would bring. Let's say my goal is to get to 300K a month. Oh, what does life look like when I get to that? You know, what does life look like? What does a day-to-day look like? What does my business look like? Why do I want to get to that? I focus on that. I focus on the number and the feelings the number brings to me. This then gives rise to the processes that will help you get to the goal. So what the process does is it focuses on the movement towards the goal. This is key. Dry focus on the goal itself is useless. Okay, if you just keep focusing on the goal without any movement, it's kind of like sitting on a couch and daydreaming about what you want. Oh, I want this and I want that. There is no movement towards it. So movement happens via intention. Intention is the focus on the movement towards the goal. Desire is just focus on the goal itself. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Desire is just focus on the goal itself. Intention is the focus on the actual movement towards that goal. Okay? So this is what process does. Process focuses on how do I move towards that? What will cause movement and momentum towards that? And when you focus on process, that's when you start up the engine and you start up taking one foot in front of the other. Now people are like, oh, you know, I need this magical force to help me. You know, I need some outer special power. That will come. If you are completely aligned in the direction you're going in, outer intention in the universe will meet you halfway. You don't have to worry about that. All you can focus on is what you're giving in. All you can focus on is the input, right? You can't focus on what's not there and what's not happening and what you need luck for. I'm telling you, for all your personal goals, you don't need any luck to achieve it. You don't. But then luck will come anyways when you're completely aligned. But if you're not aligned and you're just intellectually focusing on some dry goal that you have no emotion towards, then you won't get the creativity. Then you won't get, the love for it and the desire to move towards it. Because now you're just chasing a foreign goal that wasn't meant for you. Maybe you don't want that 300K a month. Maybe you don't want X, Y, and Z that you actually think you want. Okay, so there are things that we think we want, and there are things that we truly want. So again, that's why I made this video on clarity. Make sure you check that out. But this is what I want you to take away from this part. Understanding desire versus intention, and how desire is focused on the goal and intention is focused on the process and the movement towards the goal. And how the goal focus is also needed. You need to visualize the goal and daydream about the goal in order to get ideas for the processes. But you've got to seize and to take action on the processes that will help you get to that once the ideas do come. Okay? And then review your progresses month in, month out. So now I'm going to share with you the 3 keys in the RUT diagnosis system that I use to help me get to my first 20K a month. Key number 1, understand your goal. It's as simple as that. Understand your goal, both intellectually and emotionally. I'm going to explain what I mean by that in a second. Okay? Both intellectually and emotionally understand your goal. So what I mean by intellectually is, what do you want? And emotionally is what's that pull? What pulls you towards that goal? Why do you want it? Okay? What do you want and why do you want it? When you understand that, it becomes simple. Is this goal meant for me? Yes. If it's not, then no. Do I really want this? 10 years from now, do I really want this, or do I think I want it? Do I like to want it? A lot of people like to want things because they've seen on social media. Oh, I want to have the big muscles and look good for the ladies. But that's not what you truly want. It's what you think you want because you're going to get attention. Do you see what I mean? Do you truly want to look good and feel good? Does it make you feel good working out? Is it something you truly want? 10 years from now, is that what you'd want? 20 years from now, 30 years from now? If yes, then that's what you want. Why do you want it? Oh, I want it because I'll look good. And girls will like me. But it's got to be a deep core enough driver for it, right? So thinking about a business, like, why do you want the money? Oh, because it'll help me do this and this and this. What really pulls you to it? What is that core emotional driver that really helps you get up in the morning and you could do this for the rest of your life? That's what you truly want. That's what was meant for you. Okay? So really look at what you want intellectually and also emotionally. So this is very, very powerful. Asking yourself what you want and then figuring out really why you want it. Okay? That's number 1. And then number 2, when you do understand your goals and you keep focusing on the goals, think about that one step. What's one thing you could do to move you one step forward towards that goal? So you craft the process to that goal. So to give you an example, when I came out of college and I was doing my business full time, and I was making basically like 2 to 3, maybe 5K a month at max. I was just focused on, okay, well, it's worked, keep doing it. But then I was like, okay, well, what's the goal I want to get to? I want to get to 20K a month. What's the one thing that'll help me get there? If I keep making videos consistently, then I'll get to 20K a month. Okay, make consistent videos. Make 7 videos a week. Cool. So that's what I started to do. For that whole month, my goal was make consistent videos, do this outreach, and take this action, get on calls. That's the process that will help me get to the goal. Simple. And I execute on it. Okay? That's the intention that moves me towards that goal. So you craft your process around the goal. If your goal is to grow your business, you've got to understand what stage you're at and what will help you get to that next stage. Most people focus on like getting 3 stages ahead of them before they get to that next stage and that next stage. Right? So just focus on just getting to that next stage and all of it will come into place. So how I do this, right? Another powerful way of doing this is understanding, what do you want 10 years from now? What's a vague vision of what your life looks like? You don't truly have to want it, just craft something. What do you think you want even? Because you won't really know what you truly want. Again, from this video, if you check that out, you would know that you have an idea of what you want, a vague idea, and then you keep moving one step forward towards that, chipping away at it. Then you truly start to understand what you want. The picture gets clearer and clearer the more you move in that direction. The picture gets clearer and clearer the more you move in that direction, as you keep taking one foot in front of the other. So what I like to do is set a 5 to 10 year goal. What's a big goal? One big goal and one integrated vision, okay? A day in the life. What would that look like 5 to 10 years from now? 10 years from now, I want to wake up in my mansion next to the woman of my dreams, go to work and have an awesome team and build this awesome vision, giving people this much value. The company's doing X million a month, etc., and etc. Getting clear on the nitty-gritty of that. Paint a picture. Literally just get a journal and write a day in the life of what it would look like 10 years from now. This is a very, very powerful exercise. A 10-year vision, right? You write a 10-year vision, and what do you want to achieve this year? So we start with 10-year, and what do you want to achieve this year? 1 year. What do you want to achieve this month? 1 month. What do you want to achieve this week? 1 week. What do you want to achieve today or tomorrow? Right? 1 day. You break it down from decades to years to months to weeks to days. So how do I do that? I set a yearly goal. Every single year before the year begins, I set a yearly goal. And based on that, January 1st or December 31st, I'll review the past year and I'll set a yearly goal. Okay? I literally have it on my board right now. You basically pick 3 or 4 things, right? The less you keep it, the better. For me, it's business, it's relationship, it's health, it's wealth. These 4 things I focus on this year. And then I break it down into the months. So what do I want to achieve next month? Okay, in the month of January, what do I want to achieve? You can even craft like the whole month. So this is what we do in the Reality Mastery program with the Life Map calendar. We look at each individual month and we plot down what we need to do, what projects we would need to do in order to achieve these goals, aka what processes we need to do to achieve these goals, right? So you plot down maybe 5 to 10 key projects that you need to do. Probably not going to be 10 because that's a lot of projects. Maybe 3 to 5 big projects that you need to do to get there, right? So you plot it down in the months. I work out 3 days a week, or I do this project, run ads or whatever it is this month, and this month I work on hiring. And then you understand that, you plot it out. And then you look at the next month. Next month, what do I want to achieve? What are the goals for next month? And how do I plan out the days of this month according to that? Or next month. So let's say you're in December 31st. You look at what do I want to achieve by the end of January? What are 3 big goals I want to achieve by the end of January? And then what do I have to do each and every single day to achieve these 3 goals? Work on this, and work on this, right? And then you plan out the weeks. What are 3 big goals I want to achieve by the end of this week? Okay? And then you plan out the days of this week as well. You've probably done that when you've planned out the days of the months, but days of the months could also give you rise to what goals you need to achieve every single week to achieve that monthly goal. And then what do you need to achieve every day to achieve that goal? So understand that there's the goal and the processes as well. When we get to the nitty-gritty, down to the very days and weeks, it gets more and more into the process, okay? The more shorter term you get, the more you focus on the process. The more longer term you get, the more you focus on the goal, okay? So this would be the most goal-focused target. This is less goal, right? 1 goal, 2 goal. This is probably the bridge between goal and process. It's kind of difficult to fully describe this in one video, but I'm trying my best. Let me know in the comments if you had any questions about that. I'll try my best to answer it. And then you go to the weeks, right? That becomes more process. What are the inputs that I need to put in to achieve that monthly goal? Okay, so this is where I would just, on the weeks and days, I would just focus on process. What are the inputs? What are the projects that I need to do? Today, what do I need to do? Tomorrow, what do I need to do? When you craft out the days, you look at the inputs. When you look at the months, you look at the goals. Okay, so you could do both for these, but I would just focus on the way I've described, because this is what's worked for me. So in the beginning of every single week, I'll set 3 big goals and 3 things I want to achieve by the end of the week. And then I'll review it at the end of the week, right? So you have goal and you have process. Cool. That's number 2. You craft the processes around your goals. Number 3, this is if you're stuck in a rut right now. And this is something that was very, very powerful for me, which is the rut diagnosis exercise, and I want to share it with you. Okay, so let's really talk about that. Okay, so let's talk about the rut diagnosis exercise and how you undo these bottlenecks and how you get unstuck. So what's basically happening right now is, let's say you're in your business at a certain stage and you want to get to another stage. The basic example I'm going to give you is when I quit in May. This is the exercise I used that's really worked for me. When I quit my job in May and I decided to go full-time into my business, and back then I was just doing 2 to 3K a month. The month of May I made nothing and I was just stuck. I would get on these consults and nothing would close, and I was just frustrated. I was like, oh no, oh God, not making money in the business, this sucks, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, well, what's going on here? Let's literally diagnose this and paint a picture of it to get me more clarity, because that's what you need. If you're clear about it, all you need to do is put one foot in front of the other and go towards it, right? So what I did was, there's 3 stages to this. First of all, we have current situation, and then we have the desired situation. Desired. And in the middle, we have the problem or the bottleneck, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it the problem. Okay, so in the current situation, I was making 0 in May. In the desired situation, I have 20K a month. And what I think the problem is. Sometimes you just don't know fully what the problem is. It's what you think it is. But if you do this exercise, you start to get clearer and clearer on the problem, right? So current situation, putting out 7 videos a week, getting on X number of consults, reaching out to X amount of prospects a day, not closing any, and made absolute 0 in May. How can I improve? So this is what I did in the end of May, I believe. And the desired situation is I want to get to 20K a month. This is the North Star, the goal, the Polaris star. Okay? What's the problem? What do I feel is keeping me stuck here? So this is individual to you. What do you feel is keeping you stuck here at this? What's the biggest bottleneck? So there are different stages in your business, right? Or different stages in your life. There are different goals that you have. What's the problem that's keeping you stuck here? What do you think is the bottleneck? Well, calls aren't closing. Calls not closing. I think it's because, why are calls not closing? I think it's because I'm attracting the wrong clients. Attracting wrong clients. Why do I think that's happening? Again, we go into this why cycle. Why? Why am I attracting the wrong clients? Must be the wrong messaging. What attracts people is what you present. Wrong messaging. Why do I have the wrong messaging? It's because I'm coming from a wrong place of being. I'm becoming very, very needy. The more I get to 0, the more needy I'm being. Needy. And maybe my messaging is incorrect because of who I am. So how do I change my messaging? Change self. Right now, this self is only worthy of the $0 a month. Change it to 20K a month self. What does a 20K a month self look like? Confident, certain in, messaging, reaching out to prospects, certain in ability, right? Where do I put this? Yeah, in desired certainty. What are the qualities of the 20K a month? What are the qualities of the who of the person in your desired situation? Certainty, whatever else is the 20K a month self, whatever character traits I put down there, right? Oh, confident in messaging, confident in presenting content, confident on sales calls. So you see what we did here? We just went in why. Why? Why is this happening? Why? Needy. Why? Why am I needy? What's the problem? Oh, because I'm not getting results. Okay, time to go for coordination. Time to get less dependent on the outcome. If it happens, great. If not, I have another 0 month. I'm getting okay with that internally, right? Oh, maybe change up the messaging in my YouTube videos. Maybe change the kind of messaging that I have. Maybe talk about different things my ideal customers would love. Who is my ideal customer? Defining that. So there are many different facets to this. I don't even remember off the top of my head, but this exercise, the same principle stands. What you've got to do is you've got to identify what's your current situation, what's your desired situation, what are the problems that's keeping you stuck here, and you go into that why loop, right? What's the basic surface level problem you're seeing? Oh, the calls are not closing. Why? I'm attracting the wrong kinds of clients. Wrong kinds of clients are coming in. They're like, oh, I don't have the money, or I don't want to do this, etc., etc. Why am I attracting the wrong kinds of clients? Well, it's my messaging that brings them in. Why do I have the wrong kind of messaging? It's because I don't feel good within myself. So everything comes back to you. If you're not getting the kind of results that you like in your life, stop blaming the results. Blame the who that is responsible for the results, right? And when you do that, now you take responsibility for the results so you can change, and when you change, your results change. It's as simple as that. It's really that simple. And then when I changed, next month I hit 8K, I believe. And then the month after, in August, May, June, July. June was a 5K month. July was an 8K month or 10K month. And August was my first 20K month. August, I hit my first 20K month. Look, I don't know how it happened. Everything just aligned for me and everything went correct because I focused on who, right? All the business tactics and everything I needed, the messaging became clearer because instead of focusing on what's not working and getting frustrated about that, I focused on what I did want, which was more so the desired situation. When I was stuck here, I was thinking about and getting attached and being needy to getting out of zero rather than getting into 20K a month. And that's basically how it happened. The right things just came my way, and that's what's going to happen if you're correctly aligned to what you want. Okay? And with that, I conclude this video. I sincerely hope this was helpful. We shared a lot of nuggets and a lot of gems in this video. So I ask you to, again, repeat this video more times to make sense of this. But let's do a quick recap. So what we talked about today was desire versus intention, how it relates to your business, and understanding short-term versus long-term thinking, but also understanding goal versus process orientation. Okay? And what we really talked about was how you need both, the conclusion we came to. You need both. You can't just focus on the process, or you can't just focus on the goal. Okay, because desire without intention is futile, intention without desire is futile. And when you focus on the goal and you visualize the goal, it outlines the process. When you visualize the process and you make the intention and actually double down on it, take action, then it causes movement towards the goal. Next thing you know, you've arrived at the goal. The 3 keys we talked about, I've erased it from my board so I can't remember. I'm going to leave that out because I'm sure you've seen it, but just go back and recap that. I believe number 1 was understanding your goal and what you truly want, what and why. Okay, getting clear on emotional and intellectual clarity on it as well. Number 2, we talked about crafting a process based on the goals. 10 years, 1 year, 1 month, 1 week and 1 day, breaking all of that down. And the more granular you get, the more towards the days you get, the more you get into what are the inputs and what's the process I've got to put in to get this result. And finally, we talked about the rut diagnosis exercise, which is very, very important if you feel like you're stuck in a rut right now. Literally just do this. Just even writing this down gets you more clear and your subconscious gets to work, and then things will start to happen. This is what helped me break out of $0 month to doing my first 20K month in 2 months, right? What's your current situation in your business or in your life? What's the desired situation? What do you think and feel is the problem that's keeping you stuck here? Define everything, create that why loop, and get down to the core reason of it. Who are you being? Okay? And with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope this was helpful. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And leave me a question or comment in the comments section. I'll be checking all of those personally. And let me know what kind of new videos you want me to put out and what you thought of this. And if you have any sort of questions about this, I know we talked about a lot, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. And also, as I mentioned before, the free one-to-one consult with me for the Reality Mastery Program is now open. Make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up. And who we typically work with are as follows: people who are entrepreneurs, who are looking to really transition out of what they're doing currently and go in a different direction, or scale up what they're doing. And what they're finding is that the problem isn't the tactics or strategies, but them. Somehow they're not seeing the right tactics and strategies, just like me when I was making that $0 a month and went to 20K a month. Somehow they're not seeing what could get them from where they are right now. Let's say you're doing 5 to 10K a month in your business and you really want to scale up to 20K a month and above. The right tactics aren't coming to you. You have a proven offer, you have a solid business, but it's just not going to the next level. Every time you do work on it, you just plateau and you move forward. You fight against yourself every single day. It's not even fulfilling. You grind hard. You don't know that sweet spot. If that sounds like you, that's exactly who we work with. Make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up. And I'm looking forward to working with you and seeing if we can help. Also, the free Facebook group is open for you to take advantage of. Make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for that. Please fill out the 3 questions. We want to keep it strictly moderated. We want to let the right kinds of people in and have a great community, okay? If you don't fill the questions up, we can't approve your access. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.